Fiscalization in a unified commerce world. Fiscalization is a taxation model typically mandated by law in each country, and of course, each country does its own thing. This works well if you only have stores in one country, but as you reach multiple countries, this becomes a real headache. Since I know what I don't know, I've added another expert to my growing list of 1,450 subject matter experts. To help me understand the ramifications of all this, I reached out to Roland Zielinski from Fiscal Solutions. I am the Wizard of Pause. What is fiscalization? Fiscalization is the physical law designed to avoid retailer fraud by mandating all transactions be securely reported to the authorities and a receipt be given to the customers. The basic philosophy is the tax-related data of every transaction should be stored safely in a manner in which data manipulation is not possible after the transaction is closed. In addition, reporting to the tax authority about all stored tax-related data should be possible anytime and without any data manipulation. Regularly, there are more and more countries requiring fiscalization. Currently, there are over 17 countries. So let's start with the physical problem itself with a simple brick and mortar purchase in a single country. It starts with you as a customer going into the retail store to buy your items, and they then report the tax to the appropriate tax authority. So let's take it up a notch and see how it gets more complicated with an online purchase. So you live in your home in Germany, you order something from a website and the servers are in France. They send the request to the warehouse, which is in Austria. They are out of the material that you requested, so they go to the vendor in Poland to purchase the items, and they get shipped to your home store. So there's 4 different countries involved in this transaction, and each of the 4 companies want their own taxes paid to them. So let's take that online purchase and knock it up a notch. So this time we're buying in Germany, just like before. We're doing the online purchase from France, shipping to the warehouse in Austria, off to the vendor in Poland, and then this time they're shipping it to the store. But on the way to the store, we've decided that we want to purchase something else with our mobile phone, and the servers for the mobile phone are in the Netherlands. When we're in the store, we decide we want to add something from what's in the store itself. So now we have 3 different transactions all having to come together from multiple different places, and every one of them wants their taxation. So the next level problem is the home delivery or the direct-to-consumer problem. It starts off with a tax jurisdiction A that has a 5% tax on it. Tax jurisdiction B has a 3% tax in its area, and tax jurisdiction C has a 2%. All total, that would be a 10% tax if you're buying in the store. But since you're buying at home, you're only covered by the jurisdictions that are covered your home spot. So in this case, you only have a 7% tax. Or if you're over here, you have a 5% tax. So the complexity goes up dramatically based on the location of the home that's receiving the order. So let's look at some physical integration problems. Let's start with reconciliation. You've got a point of sale system that comes from one company, and you have to reconcile it with the back office system, which comes from a different company. So both companies have the same information in slightly different formats, and you have to reconcile those. Then there's the ontology problem. The point of sale calls this can of beans an item, while the back office calls that can of beans a product. So now we have different models of naming things. Then we have multinational companies. So you've got different languages to deal with as well as different kinds of tax rates as we've seen in our previous examples. And finally, you've got a rollout problem. We're going to upgrade our POS number 2 and put in a POS number 1, but we got 1,000 stores. And so you're not going to roll out new point of sale systems or new software to all 1,000 stores at one time. So part of the time you're going to have stores with POS number 2 software in it, and some of the times you're going to have stores with POS number 1 in them. This also deals with versioning. If we have everybody with POS number 1, but we've added a new version out there, you have to be able to roll that out to all of these companies, and that takes time. And so you're going to have different versions of the same software in different locations. Oh, wait, there's still another problem. We have the point of sale, and here's the POS log interfaces. And you can see that there's up to 40 different interfaces that can use the output of the point of sale. So your reconciliation problem and your naming problem, your ontology problem, and your versioning problem escalates dramatically. Because if you've upgraded store number 2, but the accounting department has only upgraded store number 1, and so they've got a different version in store number 2, you now have 2 different versions that you got to deal with using the same thing. And this is the POS log schema that I was key in helping build. And so it's brought to you by the Wizard of POS. So let's look at the whole fiscalization ecosystem. It's very complicated and there are lots and lots of pieces, starting with the integration, just integrating the things that we've seen, 40 different interfaces for your point of sale, for example. So the fiscalization process itself is the first level. Online, as we've seen, adds another level of complexity to it. Event management, what if something goes wrong? You've got to be able to know when it went wrong. The governments don't like it when mistakes happen and they're not corrected quickly. So that requires a good active maintenance and support system. Data management, that's where you secure the data and make sure it's not manipulatable. And there are business processes. Which business processes are the ones you need to track to make this fiscalization work? And there's management of everything, being able to manage all of this. Then there's the real-time POS transactions that have to come out through my POS log. And the legal requirements that you have to meet that's separate for each country. As you can see, there are lots of moving pieces in this whole fiscalization model. So now we have the ecosystem in place. We need to look at certification. Now, in some countries, there's no certification. In other cases, the hardware gets certified, for example, the printer. And the government then typically identifies an acceptable printer for them. The third one, the software could be certified. They want to make sure the software works as it's supposed to. And fourth, the merging of the software and the hardware together gets certified. So there are at least 3 different kinds of certification, starting with the printer, the hardware itself. There's that online certification where they get approval for printing the receipt in real time. And then there's a software certification where they create a signature. You send the transaction to the government, they send you a sequence number to print on the receipt. So what are the steps to becoming compliant? Well, first, you have to check for local requirements and make sure you're meeting those legal things. You need to purchase local hardware that's approved by the governing agency. You have to integrate that to the various hardware devices from various vendors with various versions. You have to perform testing to make sure the whole system works as it's supposed to. Then, if required, you may have to get the system certified. And finally, you can go live with it. And then once you go live, you've got to be able to provide local monitoring to make sure that everything is working as it's supposed to. If there's problems involved, you need to have a quick problem resolution model. And finally, you have to be able to provide auditing support to make sure the government is getting what they think they're getting. So what's a physical business process model? You've got it all certified and all approved and you've gone live with it. So how do you tie it into your entire company? That's where you start with the physical strategy. How does your strategy meet with your other business strategies? What value streams are key to making that physical strategy work? And what are the capabilities you need to be able to execute that value stream? That is, the business processes you need to do, the organization who's responsible for what, and of course the technology component of the enterprise architecture. And then you have to be able to monitor it all. So what business intelligence components are you using to make sure that you're executing the strategy as defined? So I've built this IVRM for interactive virtual unified retail model to help execute the business processes we were just looking at, starting with the strategy, moving to the business architecture or the value streams and capabilities, moving to the business processes, the people, and the technology necessary to execute those capabilities, and finally the various KPIs you need to monitor for the business intelligence, and they close the loop back to the strategy to make sure you're executing the strategy correctly. To find out how all of this works in details, contact Fiscal Solutions to help you with your physicalization needs. Contact them at marketing@fiscal-solutions.com or go to their website at www.physical-requirements.com. Contact me to help with your retail technology challenges. I am the Wizard of Pause. Help me get your online sales out the door without a hitch. I am Richard.Halter. Contact me at Richard.Halter@cox.net. Thank you.